Hey, what's up, everybody? St. R. Edwards back. Welcome to Swift Coding for Everyone. In this lesson, 3.2, we're going to start talking about typecasting. All right, and what you see on the screen is a playground that I created starting from our page 308 and 309 in the book App Development with Swift 4 edition. And basically, what typecasting is, it's a way to check the type of an object or treat that object as a different super or subclass from somewhere else in its own class hierarchy. And when you're working with data, this is very, very important. And the particular example that is presented in the book is a person whose job is to go over to clients' homes and to take care of their animals. If their animal is a dog, you would want to walk the dog. If it's a cat, you want to clean the litter box. And if the client happens to have a bird, you want to clean the bird cage from all the feathers and guano, the bird droppings, right? All right. And so what I did is I expanded upon the example that was in the book by creating the different classes and the different properties and functions and so on and so forth. And we'll go through this. So this is just all in the playground. As you can see, I'm scrolling through in case you want to copy it. And you can always rewind, pause, stop, rewatch this to get the full scope of it. But I'm just going to go over this. So starting here at the top, we have the animal class, which is the parent class or the superclass, right? And we also have the different subclasses of animal, including dog, cat, and bird. And they all have their own separate properties and different initializers, right? And so down here below, we have, the different objects of those classes as well. So I got the client dog, client cat, and client bird. And, the different properties are all initialized as well. We got Fido for the name of the dog, the box size for the litter box is large, and the bird's feathers is red. All right, and so to keep things simple, we want to make sure that the person coming over to our home does not get confused and try to walk our cat or clean the dog's bird cage or to try to, clean the bird's litter box or whatever. All right, and so that person will have to be a dimwit, first of all, and you probably wouldn't want a dimwit in your house, especially if you're not there, correct? All right. So anyway, so to keep things simple, what I did was created a couple of different functions. So like I said before, if it's a dog, you want to walk the dog. If it's a cat, clean the litter box. And if it's a bird, you want to clean the feathers. All right. And so I stored all of the animals in an array. So we've got the client dog, client cat, client bird, all stored into the all animals constant array. All right, and what we want to do is we want to loop through this array and to provide the different functions. We want to perform the different tasks depending on what the animal is. And so down here below where I have the comment is where the casting begins, the casting call. All right, and so I uncommented that. And so as you can see, we have another constant called let pets equals all client animals. And this is where the loop starts. And so this is what you call conditional casting. And it's because if in fact the pet can, or if the pet is a dog or if it is a cat or if it is a bird, then it assigns it, it'll assign it to the constant, and then you'll be able to use the constant and perform the different tasks. So this is conditional casting, and we use the question mark after the keyword as to downcast it to the specified type instead of it being so vague. So we're using the if let syntax down here in our loop. So we're saying for pet and pets, if it's a dog, if let dog equals the pet as the conditional downcast. If it is a dog, then this is what we want to do. We want to walk the dog, so on and so forth. If it's a cat, we're downcasting that pet to a cat to be more specific, for the animal type. and we want to say clean the litter box. And then the bird, we want to clean the bird cage. All right, and so using the question mark is the safe route. That is the the downcast that you want to use most of the time. Now there are different times to where something will return a certain type only, like there's not options. For instance, when we get into creating segues, I have an example down here. So creating segues, so say for instance if you had two view controllers and two views on your storyboard. One's a first view controller and the other one's the second view controller. Now you pretend that you had a button on your first view controller, and every time, like there's no option, every time you hit a certain button on that first view controller, it's going to show the second view controller. And you've seen this in a lot of your apps. There's only one option when you hit a certain button, like it's going to show a separate screen all the time. So in that particular instance, you can force cast by using the as keyword, but using the exclamation mark, as you can see right here. And so, I created a little example for you guys that's, in the book, but, very similar to what you would use in a real life case, a real life instance, by doing it this way. So instead of using the question mark here, for sure that it's going to be a type of a second VC, the second view controller. So it's okay in this instance to use the exclamation mark. All right, so as I said before, this example is detailed in the book App Development with Swift 4 edition, pages 308 and 309. You guys can check that out, or you can rewatch this lesson and kind of copy down what you see here on my screen in my playground to kind of get an idea of how it works. I hope this wasn't too confusing. I tried to explain this as best as I could, but if not, you can read up and do some more research on your own. This has been St. R. Edwards with Swift Coding for Everyone. Thank you guys for joining me, and if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, and you also subscribe for more videos. You guys take care.